live on YouTube as well in a minute. And I don't know if that is... I don't remember if this is actually connected to ground control or not. Settings. Oh, let me go here real quick. Stream elements. I'm going to hide my monitor. Apologies for that. Elements. Ground control beta. Elements. Dashboard. I think I did it once. I don't remember how to do it again. Ground control. There it is. Took the feed. Streaming tools. Nope, it's not here. Let me see if I just drop a random message in chat here. Do I get anything on ground control? No. Which means that my ground control is not connected to YouTube chat, which is a little bit of an issue. And I don't remember how to do it on top of my head. Channel settings. Add YouTube channel. Oh, there we go. Continue. Which channel should I archive? Let's see if that works now. Archive live. No, I don't want. Gosh. I think I need to do like this. Keep getting random messages here, which is not good. Continue. Oh. Continue. Nope. Got wrong one. That one. Scribi.art. Select all. Continue. All right. That should do it. Dashboard. Nope. Remind me later. If I go here, channel settings. Okay, that should give me the option. Let me close ground control, open it again. Let me see if I have also the other YouTube now. Yes, I do. Perfect. That was kind of, well, semi-easy, I'd say. All right, back. We are back. Close everything. I've got all my stuff in the monitor. Right. What was I doing? Yes, on shape. That was a little bit stressful. What we got there? Now I'm live on YouTube as well. I think. I'm live. Oh yeah. Je suis live. Too much. It's getting more and more complicated, this streaming setup. Used to be super simple. Well, never been really super simple, but you know, I just keep adding features over features, above features. Alright, so I was trying... Okay, this is going to be coming into play in a minute. I was trying to model this bloody Minecraft block, and I'm still not really sure what to do with the corners. Because I want to print 5 of these. 4 for the corners, for the, well, the edges, and 1 for the lid. But I don't really know how to fasten them. So maybe when I'm going to ask someone as soon as somebody show up. Best chat message. Okay, this should have appeared here. Oh yeah. Perfect. Good. We are up. Because if I make... First of all, can I make a group? So let me do something also real quick. If I select the inserts sketch, and then I select 1, 2, 3. Is there any way I can do like a mirror? Select mirror line here. Select entity to be mirrored. That's perfect. Perfect. Right. Done. I want these entities to be extruded, but as I remove feature. I think. Will it match? So if I do extrude and I do remove, but not all the way through, just merge with all. Yeah, I definitely don't want to go all the way through. But I do this much maybe. Can I see how far we're going? Yeah, almost to the very edge. That should be enough. Depth, or there's definitely no depth. No. 9 mil. That should be fine. Select also. Wait. Select this one. Select that. No. Extrude here. Why can I not see? Yeah. The other ones as well. Done. Alright, will this work? Oh, it's an absolute shamble. Well, this won't work because this will have to be... Yeah. This will have to be this way across, right? Yeah, so these are not designed properly. So let me remove all of that. Extrude, and also these inserts, which would then make no sense. Hello! Hello, pause and close. How it works? Yes. It's a bit complicated to explain. It's just a CNC plotter, just a machine. So what it does, it is a... Do you know what's a plotter, right? It's kind of the same as a plotter, but the thing stands, it sits vertically instead of flat. And it's controlled by an Arduino board. Yeah, okay, so it's like a CNC machine, but a bit more complicated for in some aspects, but also much more simple in other aspects. So the complexity of this machine is actually the drawings they can make, which come before the machine. The machine is just a couple of pieces of wood slapped together, and I found some of them on the street as well. The software that drives it, it's completely custom made, and it lives on an Arduino board, the firmware. Yeah, so I wasn't sorry, I was a bit lost in my own thoughts. I wasn't ready to explain Scribi. Something specifically they want to know? Thank you so much. Yeah, the explanation sucked. I do apologize about that, but yeah. So this is a drawing that I'm making. Once this is done, I'm gonna let Twitch chat control the machine as well. So if you have a Twitch account, feel free to jump on the other side, because it's gonna be a yeah, thanks. It works with the Twitch OAuth service that grabs the username from the Twitch chat and grabs it and throws it in the machine. But yeah, it's a very, very simple scaffed DIY made big plotter. It's almost, in terms of size, the span of the arms that you can't see because they're out of frame, that goes up to was like 3 meters, 4 meters almost. So it's pretty big. And I'm gonna build a much bigger one. Thanks for the follow, by the way. I'm gonna do a much bigger one. That's gonna be like a regular plotter, like a flat one, and that's gonna be 2 meters by 7 meters, and it's gonna be specifically designed for making some sail stuff they're making for sailboats and such. Yeah. Also, I haven't streamed in YouTube in a long time. That was because somebody told me that's not a good idea to stream on the same channel you upload your videos, but I decided to just go against the recommendation this time around and just do it anyway. Yeah, excited to see the bigger one. The bigger one. Me too. I've already done some experiments with a small version of the bigger one. Small. It was 1 meter by 80 centimeters when I tried it, and I've got all the equipment scattered in the corner of the studio, but I've got some more stuff coming through soon. And the idea is I want to make it small, very cheap, as to be cost. It needs to cost, everything included, less than $100. You can make the parts yourself, 3D printable, and I'm gonna make the SLT available as well, hopefully. And also modular, so you can take the whole thing apart, put it on a bag, on a rucksack, and take it with you wherever you want to go, as long as you got a flat floor big enough. And also scalable as well. So 7 meters, it's the starting measurement for me, because I need that size for making some specific drawing that I'm looking to make, some specific stuff, which is sails for sailboats. And that's the size you need to cut the panels, but then I can make it much bigger or even smaller if I need to. Yeah. But as long as it stays modular and I can take it apart and throw in a bag and take it with me whatever I want, that's a win. Now I'm also making some silly Minecraft build because I think I want to have fun doing some. Right. Some Minecrafty stuff. Like cute. Excuse me. 5 mil. And then I think I can grab this and do a linear pattern. Yes, yes. But can the linear pattern be both ways? Like, or just one? $30 mil apart. 40 mil apart. That should be okay. And then we do another one. Another rail part. Yeah, the monitors is tiny. Sorry about that, but it's because I think people are more interested to see Scribi in action than me struggling with the own shape. Because yes, I am struggling a little bit. The other way around. Yes. What did it make? 40. Minus 40? That was easy. Nice. And I'm gonna grab one. No. I want the center of each little circle. Oh, it's finished. And then do the extrusion. Of about maybe 5 mil? Doesn't mean, maybe less. 4 mil should be plenty. I guess, yeah, that looks just about right. Maybe even less than 4 mil. Let's do 3. Just because I don't wanna pierce through the other surface when we do that. Yeah, 3 mil is plenty. And maybe give it like a conic shape at the end. Is that something called draft? Yes. No, 3 degrees. No draft, second end position. Yeah, I should give like a second end position maybe. Ah, no. No, that thing called loft, is it? Well, it's fine. It's going to be like this. Let me remove the drawing, which is just finished. Oh, time lapse. Two hours, 14 minutes and 53 seconds. Take the usual picture. And I'll be right. No, sorry, wrong button. Is it this one? That should be. Why is he adding the screen? Should I have like a BRB? Nope. Oh my god, professional streamer. What's going on? Where is the BRB button? Is this one? There we go. BRB in a second. I love doing art. It's so fun doing when I'm bored. Yeah, you know what? I did starting. Let me remove the BRB. That's actually a very interesting question they are raising. I did start. Well, I studied art when I was in art school. Back in Venice. Why did this stop? Sorry, the music stopped, and it won't start again because this thing tends to fail. I started doing art back in the days in Venice. And then I did photography for a while, but I always had my head into actual, drawings and stuff. And then just before the pandemic, I had this idea of building this machine. Mostly because I always wanted to learn how to use stepper motors, which I didn't know. I didn't know how to use, and they are now the key component of Scribi. You can't see them, but they're on either side. And then I got carried away because the pandemic hit. You know, everybody was at home doing stuff and watching YouTube videos and things. I was like, you know what, I might as well just keep up with this project, and I got really carried away. But yeah, I like doing art. I do draw occasionally by hand as well, but I also like building machines that kind of bring my concepts to life with numbers and functions and formulas and very, very nerdy things, electronics, robotics, you know. There are many machines that do art, plotters, but very few do what Scribi does, mostly because the scripts that runs it. One thing about art is that really satisfying is big improvement. Yeah. I used to draw little stick figures, but now I'm doing realism. I posted that work in progress of my latest. Nice. Nice. Stick figures and now realism. I like photorealism a lot in art because it's so technical, so precise. I'm probably OCD. I like either super crazy drawings that have got nothing realistic, although they do replicate faces and people and the portrait. I love portraiture a lot. Or I like those artists that are really good at drawing with pencils, for example, some images that look almost like photographs. That is what I was trying to achieve when I was actually doing by hand more often. But yeah, now I am just messing around with machines because I think it's a lot of fun. And it's a very creative process because people see from my YouTube videos, my shorts, etc., they see like 10 seconds of a drawing being made and they think they're just going to press a button and the drawing magically happens. There's so much going on. And there's so much going on within the actual creation of the scripts and the concept that eventually makes the drawing. Yeah. I'm going to be back in a second. I'm just going to go to the loo real quick. Let's see if I get the right button this time. This one, yeah. Yeah. Be back. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna change because I've got an idea. Let me just update my... Let me just change my title because that's not... Century cross hatching technique. I spelled everything wrong. Hang on a second. I really want to learn how to type faster without looking at the keyboard. I am a very slow typer, which I don't like. I would like to be able to type much, much faster. But I don't know how to do it. All right, so this is done. So this comes off. The BRB also comes off. And the drawing will come off. Before I take a picture. There goes my Instagram stuff. Good enough? Yes, that is good enough. Sorry, I just stepped in front of the camera. Yeah, I'm very happy with this. Very happy with this. I will try, actually. I'm gonna make the same drawing, but with a different technique. Do you know what cross-hatching is? Let me take this off first. I'm gonna grab a fresh piece of paper. Here. Voila. Fresh piece of paper. Ooh, I just got lots of paper delivered. And it's actually very, very good quality. I love this paper here. Like back in the olden days, we put like the paper like that. Stick with masking tape to the eye. So grab a new piece of tape. So also new up here, otherwise this one's gonna get pulled off. Hang on a second. Here, this is good. How much? I think I can use this pen for a little bit longer. That should be okay. So I'm gonna try to get a drawing. You're so underrated. Love your stuff. It's so interesting. Thank you so much, man. Currently on split screen, watching the live and drawing on the other half. Pretty fun to draw with something to watch. Yeah, that's nice actually. Yeah, right. Well, I'm glad they're providing entertainment as well. And I'm glad to have a chat with you. Seem like an interesting person to chat with about this type of things. I am going to do something now. I'm going to grab the same drawing. So I'm going to leave my Minecraft block modeling thingy for a minute. Because 3D modeling gives me a headache. And I'm going to create another one of these drawings. But you can see the whole process. So I'm going to grab a picture. Also, I've changed the script. It might not work as expected, so I'm very, very eager to test it as well. So I'm going to go inside the old samurai here. This is the one we just did, right? And that's the preview that I see. I'm going to inside the folder Ripple Images. I've got plenty of pictures that worked in the past. I'm going to grab the same photograph, same drawing rather. And then I'm going to go inside the folder called No Streaming Resolutions, where the frick am I? Cross-hatching, which is a script that I was inspired to do by copying what I was taught to do in art school back in the days, where you spend hours and hours practicing to do straight lines at the same distance and then cross them to create shadows and highlight, the cross-hatching technique pretty much. And I create a script that does something similar. Images, do I have the Old Samurai? Yeah, I have it here already, so what am I talking about? Did I try actually already the Old Samurai? Yes, I did. I've forgotten about that. Probably it's a little bit too rich, so I'm gonna probably remove the amount of lines. Although it looks really cool. I think I'm gonna keep it like that. Freak it. Okay, let me try that. Start from scratch. 16. Okay, let me do this one more time. Go inside the cross-hatching folder, opening terminal, and then we do Python. We call the Python script called cross-hatching optimize render zigzag. That is the version of the old one which I've just fixed-ish, kind of. Then we go images, and we're gonna grab the Old Samurai, maybe not capital, old, although Windows doesn't carry Old Samurai PNG, and then we do help because I forgot the actual name of the functions, of the parameters. So we like that, and we say bidirectional, bidirectional. We leave everything default. We do 16 layers of darkness. Space bright, space dark. Let me be space dark. Space bright a bit more. Space dash B instead of 14. Let's try 18. And that's a space between the lines on the first pass. So we do it like this. We're gonna run it, and we're gonna compare it side to side with the other one that we made previously. Well, I did that off stream. It's creating the actual drawing. I should clear also my desktop. This is like a very good visual representation of my brain. Everything isn't there. Scattered. Saving PNG to image. Why is it taking so long? This should have done already. I don't know why it's taking so long. Probably because there's a lot of information going on within the black area of the drawing. Old Samurai. Yes, it is here. And now it's saving the NumPy array, aka Scribi code, Scodex, or whatever we're gonna call it. Doesn't really have a name. Extracting the segments, reconstructing the path. All right, so that is the old one, the first one we did, and that is the second one. Second one's got more brightness. And I think they're both good. It just comes to personal preference. Hello. Os. Something about this so relaxing for some reason. Cool picture. Thank you very much. It's my soothing voice. Welcome to Harkish channel, where math turns into art. Sorry. Two better. This one. All right, I'm gonna do left or right. I will have to redo one of those probably because I'm trying something different. So do you want the one to the right or the one to the left? Pick yours. They're very similar. Oh, let me hide this. I do apologize about that. I forgot I've got this stuff right in the middle. Should we do the one to the left or the one to the right? They are very, very similar. I like the one to the right. Mm-hmm. Right. Right it is. So SB18 and SB14. So let's remove SB14. We keep this one. So SB14 goes. Right, better. Good, good, good. So we remove this one and we keep this one that we just did. SBC. Also, I'm trying something different because previously, so this is a cross-hatching pattern thingy. So it's got different layers of lines interlacing to each other to create the highlights. And this is what I was taught to do when I was a kid in art school. I've been kind of obsessed with this stuff here. Now I thought machine. Can you say hi? Hi. Hi, Araf. How are you doing? I can't read your whole name. Arav. With double A, Arav. Hello, Arav. Thanks for joining the little stream of mine. Okay, now that we've got that. Good. Now that we've got that, let me grab, this is inside Scribi's brain. That is a Scribi. And this is Scribi. I gotta call this one Scribi's brain. And we go inside the folder called black and white drawings. We grab the old samurai that we just did. We slap it in there. These are old drawings that I made in the past that you see here. You are the go. Thank you so much, Arrow. You're very welcome to stick around. And these are old drawings. Some of them are actually pretty old. As back as 2021, I think. Yes. Well, I should have older ones, but I just kept messing around with Scribi. And cool process. Yeah, it's really interesting. This is just the tip of the iceberg. There's so many things I can do with Scribi. All right, now we go inside the other parts of Scribi brain and we launch our Scribi sender called Scribi 2025. And we call the old samurai. Let me see. I copied the wrong script. Oops. Okay, let me go back to cross-hatching. Let me do things properly. Images, old samurai. That is the one we want. I copied the wrong file. How do you know all of this? Because I am a gigantic and absolutely mastodontic nerd. I taught myself how to do everything. Scripting, SSH, Python, Arduino code, etc., etc. Now I'm gonna start Scribi, guys. I'm gonna give you an overview of what it looks like. So I show the electronic a little bit, the stepper motors and everything, because I think it's kind of interesting for people to watch. And I don't really show it. Sometimes I do show it in the drawings when I post this stuff on YouTube or Instagram, TikTok, or LinkedIn, or whatever. But now that you're here, if you want, hey, it's not. I have to do it. Old samurai. Okay, which one is it now? SB. 18, SD2, SSL, blah, blah. Tack it. All right, hopefully Scribi does not crash, because it did crash a couple of days ago, which made for a hilariously beautiful drawing, so I kept it. And then we do 30, so size of the border, so size of the paper is A2, so kind of big like that, like the one that we just did. And then size of the border, we just leave it 3 centimeters gap. Rotate drawings, no. And now it's converting the actual drawings into steps. Wow, you're smart. No, I'm not. I'm just very, thank you, but I'm not really smart. But I'm very determined. So every time I have an idea, I have this thing that I cannot stop until I get it done. I have experience. I do have experience because I've been doing this for years. I started in 2019 before the pandemic. Carried out throughout the pandemic until about 2021. I did a lot of drawings, sold a bunch as well. Then I got a full-time job, which I was let go from a few months ago. So now I'm looking for other jobs, and as I'm looking for other jobs, I'm also having fun with Scribi, streaming, you know, posting my stuff online, talking to people, etc., which is actually really fun. Absolutely enjoy it. All right. Hello, Film Factory. Greetings. Question. What does the paper do you have attached to each wooden arm? Oh, that's a very good question. Yeah, pandemic was absolutely horrible, but also fun not fun at all. But it was interesting for me to actually have the space to create. It was horrible for mental health. Hey, but yeah. Hello, Christopher. Love your work. Keep it going up. I will try as much as I can. Thank you very much for the kind words, man. But the piece of arms that you see attached to Scribi, they are there because the design is actually pretty poor, and those arms are really flexible and they do swing a lot. So by sticking a piece of paper onto the arm, it works kind of as an air brake. so it prevents the swing to go super fast. So it gives a bit of a momentum, and also the pressure of the air on the piece of paper actually slows down the swing of the arms. So instead of being straight, the wobbles a lot, and that creates some artifacts on the drawing that I don't like. So by having those pieces of paper there, I cut out pretty much the problem. It's still there a little bit. Ideally, I should find a way to make the arms very, very stiff. But at the moment, it's horrible, but it does the job. Yeah. Yeah. That's why during the pandemic is when I developed most of Scribi, and then I got a full-time job after the pandemic, and then recently, because I was let go, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go back to it. Let's see what it brings to it. And I'm having lots of fun. Yeah, I'm making a drawing almost every day, if not more. All right, let me adjust the pen. Do the pins. So that is the pen I'm using. It's almost finished. I've got about 1/3 of the ink left. I'm gonna give it a go. Maybe remind me to replace it, because I'll forget to do that all the time. Is it working fine? Yeah, that's fine. The machine is kind of big, as you can see. Got starting point, which is this is the little servo. And what was I doing? Yes. So now the calculation is done. Can you say now got this drawing is going to be, if you want to know, it's going to be made of 2,504,588 individual small steps. It's a small segment, so yeah, a lot. Hello, Manchester. Oh, I love Manchester. I'm drawing a cat right now. Oh, I love kittens. I'm going to show you the one they made a couple of days ago. Hi, I've made a DIY plot test. Oh, well done. DIY plot test in the past using such a Michelangelo. Michelangelo, easel and escape, etc. Do you see ever making an app that is user-friendly, easy to master? Great works, by the way. Thank you so much. The short answer, Manchester, is no, but not because I don't want to, because I am crap at coding stuff. That is the reality. I'm really, really bad at coding. I get to the point where the code does what I want, but coding, UI, graphic user interface, optimizing stuff, etc., no, I do not have experience, unfortunately. I wish I was that good. Everything that works, it's like everything that I do is individual scripts that work via terminal, and you have to type all the stuff. I'll show you in a minute, but no, I don't think so, Manchester. There are, however, two very, very good options, which I can show you in a minute as soon as when I start this drawing. There are Michelangelo. First of all, I'm in touch with Dan quite often. Dan is the guy, I make robots. He makes the one that actually codes the machine. Very receptive. He's added all stuff that I also come up with on the actual software Michelangelo, which is super, super cool, which you know about it, Michelangelo, yeah. And then another one is a Drawbot. I've never spoken with the developer of Drawbot, but I might have a chat with him as well in the future. Let me start this drawing first. All right. Press Enter to activate, and now the machine will bump a little bit, and now press again, and I'm going to move at the beginning of the drawing, which should be there. Nice. I'm going to put weight. So that is the weight. Lower the speed a bit. Or it was previously. That looks good enough. All right, this is a stressful part, because every time you start a new drawing, you never know what's going to happen. So I'm going to focus for a second. Press yes to activate the servo, and press enter to start the drawing. 3, 2, 1. Yes, I got it. Yes. So what I'm so excited about, can you see now it's going up and down? Previously, it was only, yes, good. Oh, yes. Yes. Previously, it was only going from down up. So it was doing also almost always strokes in one direction. Now it's much better. Have a great day. All right, Paul. Thanks for sticking around. I am skacking a little bit. Yeah, and that's the drawing that we're making. So this one's gonna take about forever to make, by the way. These drawings take a very long time. We're talking about 7-8 hours. So usually I stop it and then come back to the studio day after and finish it. Why is it going so slow? Oh yeah, can speed it up. Even faster. Good. And now it's gone down to 2 hours. Hello. Have you tried AI for your coding? Yes. I have an amazing luck with LLMs writing working code I would not write on my own. Have a beautiful day. Thank you, Arab. You too. Thank you so much for sticking around. I use like AI quite often. Again, I'm not a software developer, so all of the help I can get, I get. What is LLM? It's like Olama stuff, isn't it? That you can integrate into your workflow. For example, I use Copilot on Yes Code, which is fine. It does a bunch of stuff, and when I have to go, may God bless you. Thank you so much. Can bless you too. Yes, I use Copilot, and I found it really, really, really easy to do. But also I've realized the more AI I use, the less I learn how to code. It's great to come up with solutions or just tidy up my code or maybe optimize some codes. For example, if I scribbled I made a while ago. But yeah, I use Copilot on VS Code, which is really, really powerful. It's also saves so much time. When you write arguments, for example, you've got a function, use argparse in Python to parse the arguments. It knows exactly what you want. It just... Oh yeah, sorry, large language model, all AIs. Which one do you use, you said? Yeah, all of that, yes. I tried, what's the name of it recently? Claude AI, the Sketchy suggested. The Sketchy is one of my long-time viewers on Twitch, and that's actually pretty decent. They do all tend to lose, if you try to use them, if you open a chat, for example, and you try to change stuff and keep modifying things, eventually they lose track. They start hallucinating, give you straight answers. I was like, dude, no, what's going on there? To write down, for example, the structure of something new you've never done before, and then you put your own input to modify, yeah, that is fantastic stuff. Absolutely crazy. Sounds like a decent net. Let me see if I can you hear Scribi? Humming away. Yeah, the zzz that you hear, it's every individual step within this individual segments, which I think the pen is dying. Hang on a second. Kind of, that's fine. The problem I see now is that because it goes up and down, the pen has a different, okay, I'm not crazy, I swear, but the pen do have a different personality depending which direction they're going to. They feel different, they do behave differently, the line's different, the quality of the ink comes. Probably I'm losing my freaking mind, but you can see it. You can see that when it goes up and down, it has two different type of lines. Because there are so many tiny micro imperfections within the sphere that if you give it a slightly different path, it will behave slightly differently. That is crazy. And now, so I've used so many pens. In fact, I just ordered some more, which I put here. Yeah. So these are all. I just ordered a bunch more, and I managed to squeeze them all inside here. That's the pen I used. Pick them out. These are all, not even the pen, these are just the cartridges. Pilot stuff. I should probably get sponsored by Pilot or something. These are how many? 50? So every time I open a pen, I use it for a second and I know what's going to happen. If it's going to fail, if it's going to work well, if it's going to give up. I drop them here and forget about it. Does the elastic band add to effect, or would it be better to have it fixed? It does not add to effect, but what it does, it dumps. So, okay. Now the scrib is going up and down, but when you do scribbles, it moves so fast that if you don't have something to keep constant downwards pressure, the pen and the arms and everything's going to go fly all over the place. So that keeps, it's like when you go driving, right? You've got like the springs on the wheels that keeps the car going straight instead of feeling all the bumps. That one does something similar. It's probably a poor example, but that should give you the idea. So when it goes up and down really fast, when it goes up, it doesn't go fly with the momentum, but the rubber and the weight keeps it down constantly. And in fact, it gives it more precision than anything else. Yeah, that weight is too heavy actually. I used it because that's what I had laying around recently. That is the old pin that goes between the piston and the piston rod of a 1975 Yanmar marine diesel engine. Ask me how I got that one. But it was like nice shape. I like the object itself. The weight was actually good. Probably too much, but I thought, you know, why not? I'll give it a try. And it works. It's still a little bit too heavy. In fact, I think its scrib is slightly unbalanced, but that's fine. It does the job just fine. Oh, hang on a second. I have the wrong... That's why I was like, I've got the wrong picture here. This is the wrong picture. We need to get the right one, do we? Okay, let me go here. Browse. It's going to be inside this folder called cross-hatching, which is here. A, B, C, cross-hatching, images, old. Oh, wait, old samurai. There he is. Okay, holy schnutz, that's big. I do apologize. Super huge, man. Oh, what's going on? There he is. And the technique is called cross-hatching, which is what, like, it's Renaissance stuff. Michelangelo, Donatello, Caravaggio, Leonardo da Vinci, all those guys use cross-hatching to actually define shapes and stuff. So, yeah. That's why I kind of improving the 15th century cross-hatching technique. Not even close, by the way. Not even close. But that's what I was inspired by. And also because I've done it a bunch myself back in the days. Yeah. That's cool. It's cool. Looks really cool. It looks very well on portrait. Who should make next? Somebody said, I'm drawing Goku. Somebody was drawing a cat. I'm happy that I managed to actually sped it up a little bit more now. There is something wrong though. Hold on a second. I think there's something wrong because I've changed the script and I've not tested it before. I'm just testing it live now. No, that is correct. I think. What's the distance between the lines? That's fine. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm like ChatGPT. I'm hallucinating now. I'm hallucinating. Also, so now another things I wanted to do. I've got all the materials to actually do it. This is not related to Scribi, but I wanted to make a Minecraft block that lights up and chat can control the ore, like my lapis lazuli, or I've got everything to start coding and making that thing. I may have missed it, but where do you find your original artwork that you basically work on? Oh yeah, I make that with AI, either Midjourney or ChatGPT. I used to do that. I can do that now because AI exists, but back in the days, I used to use either my own photographs or photograph of celebrities and stuff like that because I like portraits a lot. Yeah. That's when AI comes in play a lot. I do also a lot of abstract things that have no reference images, like the spirals or entropies or flowers. I can show in a second. They are here. Abstract. So these one have not flowers, SVGs. Actually, let me go entropies. Maybe they're already rendered. Wait. Maybe they're inside the processing folder. That's why I'm not a programmer. So disorganized. There we go. Entropy A3. Are they here? Yes. These are done entirely with code. There's no base image for these ones. And I think they're very beautiful. These are so relaxing to watch as well when they're made. The entropies, I've got the flowers as well somewhere. On this side here, no. Spiraling flowers here maybe? Oh yeah. These are, yeah. These are done not with Python. These are made with processing. Follow a couple of tutorials and then start to do my own thing, yeah. Got another video that I was supposed to upload a couple of days ago and I think I forgot about it. Shorts. Oh no, Slappy the dog. So I was trying to make a model of a Minecraft lamp. Because I've got some, I think I know how to get chat to control the actual colors of some LED stuff that I've got from AliExpress. But I need to make a model and 3D print it. So if I grab this one and do mirror feature, can I just select the whole thing? Okay, mirror plane, this one. All right. But now, can I extrude this one and remove everything? Maybe it's not the best way to go about, but let's see if that works. Remove. Oh, it actually works. That's so 18 millimeters. That is naughty. is naughty. So if we do 5 mil, which means that's going to be only 2 mils. Yeah, which means that this one, this extrusion here, needs to be of 2 mils, like so. Did I get the right one? I got the wrong one. Yeah, 5. Two mils. Yep. Nice. And this should be like 3D printer friendly, kind of. It's not the best in terms of design because all these, unless I 3D print in 2 separate stages, which I might as well do, to be honest. I think I'm gonna do like that, 3D print in 2 stages so I can have this one printed properly and then glue the facade on top of it. So what I'm talking about is that I'm trying to model the Minecraft block. And there's some LED lights and stuff inside, so it's going to be super cool. But I'm going to have 5 of these panels. I need to find an intelligent way to merge them together, to glue them together. I was thinking, should I use screws or should I just, make some nipples and negative nipples so they can together, you know what I mean? And just stick some glue. But then how am I going to print this one? Because I put flat down, this face down like so. I'm going to have the problem where this is going to have some supports that never come well. But if I print it like this, I've got all these grooves of the actual texture of the block, which is going to have the same problem. So I might as well split this in 2 parts. The first part is going to be the support like this. And then the second part is going to be the facade. And then I'm going to glue them together. Probably that's the best option, huh? I think. Yeah, probably that's going to be the best option. Because if I print this as it is, it's a freaking mess. Can you not print individual color tiles? I will have to have the different colors, which I don't. I only have just one color. But what I'm going to do, I think. So let me extrude this one, extrude that, extrude this, extrude that. Nope. Where's the main extrusion? I think it was this one. Yeah. So if I delete that, I can print this block. I can print all of this, which is flat on the bottom. And they go, I think it's, I don't remember, I think it's 6, 12, and 18 mil. 18, well, 0.6, 1.2, and 1.8 millimeters tall. And then I can use this and glue this to the actual facade of the thing. Maybe that's the best idea, right? So I'm going to print these tiles individually and then stick them on top of the actual ore, which is going to be that one. Yeah, probably that's the best option. I'm still learning how to do 3D printing and stuff, by the way, so I'm not really a professional. And then this might be like a decent solution, I guess, to stick things together. And then I'm gonna 3D print in white PETG, translucent, the actual ore things. And then I have a ESP32, some LED lights, some MOSFET controller, and then I can let chat control the color of the ore. So for example, I'm gonna have a script that's gonna read both YouTube and Twitch chat. So if you type exclamation mark diamond, everything is blue, light blue. If you type redstone, everything becomes red, blue, lapis lazuli, you know, so on and so forth, which I think is really cool. I tried to also have this thing. because at the beginning I wanted to make there's a mold and to pour some concrete in it, and I did it, but I forgot to put, so I just put cement without actually putting the sand, so the whole thing just crumbled into pieces. But the pieces looked really cool. It's a bit more involved, so I might do this back in the future, but for now I think I'm gonna do first the 3D printing, everything with plastic, and then in the future maybe do the concrete version as well, which looks so good in real life. Crazy. Make like a concrete lamp. All right, second layer of cross-hatching. But it's actually going so fast. It's really good. I mean, I could have sped up those if I had chosen a bit less subsamples for the images. Because let me check this one real quick. Subsamples for the lines. Apologies, not for the lines. Old Samurai. There it is. If I open the SVG, which is 50 megabytes, by the way. Let me check every line. Okay, is it this gonna... Maybe I'm gonna lose some frames, because every time I open some softwares. What? Ah. So... Nope. Close. Okay, so this is the SVG, right? And if I go here and grab one of these lines, let me grab a long one, like I found it, I lost it. Like this one will do. And I move it here on the side. And then I select the tool nodes, which should be this one. Yeah, look how many nodes I've got within the same line. So these are too many. And all the bzzz that you hear is because it is accelerating and decelerating between each of these nodes. These are too many, man. Too many. I don't know why I put so many. Hang on, did I not change the part that a script that was supposed to do that? I've got default 0, no subdivisions. Default. There it is. Segment subdivision. Oh, yeah. Let's stop this. Adding a segment for every pixel. That's a little nuts. I need to fix this part. I need to address this area here and modify the code because this is not what I wanted. Still don't know how to do it. I'll have to mess around a little bit until I figure it out. But this is what I just implemented. The directional logic. The fact that it's going zigzagging and not just... I also need to keep an eye on the pen ink, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna run out of ink whilst doing this. I've got 2 full pens, so I'm gonna swap halfway through probably, which I never do I seldom do because you can tell the difference from one pen to another. Or again, or maybe I'm just imagining things, but I think you can tell the difference. Maybe not all the time, but quite often you can, yeah. Because also all this tip tapping that Scribi is doing on the paper, the pen will actually destroy the pen at the very end. You just keep boink, 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 bumping against the paper. Crazy stuff. Guys, I'm gonna grab something to nibble. I'll be back in a second. Like literally a slice of bread with some hummus on top. Do my BRB. Yeah. Maybe move it here. Where's the BRB? Let me move it here. Be right back. In a second. I'm back. So I'm just gonna hide my ugly face whilst I devour this piece of bread with hummus. Ah. Jump, jump, jump. Jump, jump, jump. So I need to learn how to use Git properly. Because I am not doing that at the moment. I need the instructions. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, 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 bum. Folder, Scribi. Okay. I think it's time. What's this? Maybe not just now. Old samurai, single layer, check, checking lines, 1,000,000 points. Okay. Right, so if we do 0, segment points list the parts of my, if we do like point plus 5 instead. Let's see what this one does. Do I get an error or something? No, I didn't get an error. I don't like mumbling rap, to be honest. Alright, let me see. How are we doing here with the points? Still a ton of points. So that was not the... What if I do instead... Yeah, 50. Let's try that real quick. Pluck. Didn't get any error, which is good. Number of segments is exactly the same. How come? Okay. This did something, but that's not what I wanted. So that is, I saw what this one does. It's extended. Point starts. Why is adding segment? I'm gonna try that then. So segment points, subdivisions, change that. Sorry, I'm mumbling, but I'm also focused to try to solve this issue that I'm having. Layers, segment subdivision, segments, sub, is that what we call it? Let's do 3. Wrong. Sub 3. That should probably give me... So this one should, in theory... Okay, no, that's the wrong one. Close it. Save. No. Open the actual SVG. And check how many bloody points I've got per line. Because now Scribi is farting, which is no good. Okay, that is correct. So every line is subdivided in the exact amount of points that I gave it to subdivide it to. So I messed it up a little bit, but we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 points, which is what we were expecting. But then they are not, which means that every line is 4 points, whereas I want the points of to be brain, do your thing. Brain is not brain yet. That's not what I want. Line segments, sub-segments, major 0, that's that, otherwise segment points. Let's tip px start, py end. Where valid. Valid segment. Hang on a second. I think I found you. Maybe not. Just gonna change this number and Hopefully Scribi won't explode. Why not? Okay, change random number. Change just random things and see what happens. That's my motto. If so, okay, change it. Change here from 1 to 10. And if that thing doesn't explode, it's all good. Okay, let me try that. Save. Run the script again. Try again. Remove segments from visions. Will it crash or give me an invalid? No, it didn't crash. Did I? Okay, this file size is promising. Did I fix it? Okay, let me open this. Let me check the number of points. No, that's the wrong one. Stop. All right, drum roll. Do I have a drum roll? No, I don't have a drum roll. Shit. I should have had a drum roll. Didn't work. It did not work. I thought it was smart. No. Freak. So that was not the problem. Hang on a second. Maybe I'm gonna change point density. Let me see if I change this, what happens. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Let me go down here. Point density is where I should probably keep my eyes on. Point density 2. I'm gonna change this to 20. Because I do not have a way to control this from arcparse, have I? No, I don't. So that was like a fix. Why did I not put that on arcparse? Anyway. Try again, son. Change that. Let's see what happens now. Am I ready? Let's see if I can celebrate. Because I hate... Can you hear Scribi going... Yeah, that's due to the fact there are gazillion points on each line, which should not have. So every time it goes from A to B, it needs to go across a multiple and needs to go up and down, up and up. Oh my god, even more points now. So, so I did change something. Point density 2. If you do point density, can I go like float number? Let's see, point 2. Let's see if that works with a float number. Hello. Hiya. Try one more time. And let's see what happens here. I did not get an error. Line. No, still too many points. Well, figure it out. I can't be bothered. Let's go back to 2. It bothers me though a lot because this link space should be creating so these t values. Print starts. This is cross-hatching. Do you also combine with stipple, etc. in the same drawing? No, I never combine stuff. Something I wanted to combine, I've never done it yet. I haven't done it yet. Is any particular technique? Cross-hatching could be one of those, and something that traces the edges around, like they used to do in the 16th century, 17th century, throughout. Well, even later. Very classic way of drawing, where you have the figures very well defined, also by thick lines. But I have not done that yet because I can't find a decent way to trace the contour. Hello, Dan. Like in fill in a single line of a 3D print. Like in fill in a single layer of a 3D print. I think I'm not following. Sorry. Infill in a single outline plus infill. Oh yeah, correct. Yes, that is the what I was talking about. Because they used to do this in the classical painting. If you look, David, for example, 1716, well, not later, okay. 1700, 1800, he would do every figure. Well, even Michelangelo, every figure is very well outlined with a thick line. But I have not done that yet because I've got a script that traces the contour, but it's not a smart way of tracing the contour. For example, some small lines like the hair are traced around instead of being just a single line. I need to figure out a solution for that, which I haven't found yet. But it's not urgent. No. But I did. Have you noticed something now? Remember, we were speaking about having Scribi not to go always back from the start to draw the lines, but go like in a zigzag pattern. And that was easy as changing literally 4 lines of code. Really straightforward, and it should save quite a lot of time. I'm still struggling with the subdivision of the lines themselves, though. And you will be. I'm still struggling a little bit with subdivision of the segments though, because now it's doing it. I can either let it do its thing, and it puts so many that Scribi sounds like it's farting, or exactly. You know that my firmware does not subdivide segments to make sure they come out as a straight line. If I go from point A and point B and those points are really far apart and there's nothing between, like any other vplotter, instead of having a straight line, you have like a Bowie line. So what I do within the design and the drawing itself, I put a bunch of subdivision, bunch of intermediate points. I'm working on actually making this firmware to do that. But for now, I'm stuck to have the actual drawings with all those points. And you can hear them, all of them. Yeah, the little parts there. Those are all the intermediate points because Scribi is accelerating and decelerating on between each of those. It's not great. So that's what I'm talking about. And there are too many of them. Is lifting between every point? No, it's not lifting between every point, but it's accelerating and decelerating between each of those points, which is also very not really ideal. I've got some solutions. The first one would be to actually have a system to subdivide long segments based on distance within the firmware. So that is done and dusted, and I have to. No, don't say it. Do not. I'll ban you. Seriously. No, I'm joking, of course. Madeline. No. I'm not using Madeline. I'm so close to have it working perfectly. I'm doing so much stuff now also IRL that I haven't got much time to mess around with Scribi as I had a couple of months ago. But yeah. I think I can find a way to subdivide the lines directly within the firmware, which will be the best option. So you stop worrying about that. Where's Manchester? They was saying that he was Michelangelo. Is he still around? Manchester, yeah. On YouTube. Well, the inventor of Michelangelo is in chat. If you want to say hi. The creator. Just writing a blog post now showing my new garage setup. I saw like a little picture that you slapped on Discord. That looks good. The workbench. Showcase. Oh, now I can see they put more, man. Oh wow. Let me have a quick look. Yeah, it's private even if I slap it here. Oh, I wish I had a garage. I don't have a garage. I've got one in Italy, but it's not really my garage. Oh, look at all of those goodies. What was that? Is that laser cutter? Huge machine they've got in there. That's a... Oh my God. I can't get rid of most of my garbage. I don't see garbage here. Yeah, 60-watt G-Wack, beautiful. Well, I see you haven't. It's empty, man. It doesn't. Arduino boxes. Lovely. Sunny day in Canada, hey? It was beautiful in London as well today. Tomorrow's gonna be trash. Last one for a while. Oh, so probably, yeah, probably same here as well. Wooden houses, look at that. That's a huge stepper motors you've got there. Various robots and stuff. Oh, that's the plotter you can get rid of. No, it's not plotter, it's a CNC machine. A milling machine, probably, I can see. So you see, so what OBS does, it censors automatically this code, so I can open it here and you won't see it. None of them are too big, I have a lot of them. Ah, yeah. Oh, this box is so organized, just so organized. All nice and shells. A bunch of NEMA 17 that aren't Michelangelo standard. Okay, so you can't really use those ones, can't you? I worked all day, but tired. Perfectly good, perfectly useless. Like, yeah. And then it's gonna be a moment. So you're gonna keep those for years, and then one day you're gonna go, you know what? I'll just get rid of them. You'll find somebody that wants them, give them away. The second they leave your house, you're gonna need them. It is almost guaranteed. I was tidying up my studio the other day. I threw away there was like a napkin, unused napkin, and I threw it in the bin. And as I throw the thing in the bin, I start sneezing. I was like, shit. So I put it out the bin. I was like, there we go. Can't throw away nothing. I need it now. So yeah. Oh yeah, I threw away a perfectly good 12 volts power adapter a few days ago. Well, a while ago, because I thought I'd never need it. Like, big one. I was like, I've got like the small ones that are perfectly fine for Scribi. Guess what I would need now? Yeah! A 12 volts power adapter. Exactly like the one that I threw away. Yeah. I hate that. That's why I would like to have a bigger space. Which might actually, you know, laughing and joking, I might get kicked out from this place. I still don't know yet. If I don't have this room, anymore, I am not sure I'll be able to actually keep going with this streaming endeavor. So I need to be very careful what's going to happen in the future. I need to start making some choices. Because I could have like a very, very cheap place to live and maybe rent a studio somewhere. Is that really worth? London is expensive. So I'll see. At the moment, it looks like, looks like nothing. It's just a theory. But they came around, they saw the plot property for a sale appraisal. So what does that mean? Yeah. Not fun. Am I doing time lapse? I forgot to start the time lapse. Better late than never. Perfectly good, perfectly useless. back here. Shorts. Remek. Also, I was modeling was modeling a Minecraft thingy, and someone suggested to split in two parts, which is actually a good idea. You have subscribed. Thank you so much. Hope you get around to showing you how to set up a rig sometimes. Yes, that's a plan. Make a little, an actual pretty substantial tutorial on how to build Scribi. Yeah. As soon as I fix a couple of things and I've had time to do it, I'll start working on the video. But thanks for sticking around, Manchester. I'll have to replace... First I need to finish 3D printing with PETG, and then I have to replace the filament and crack on with this one. Yeah. Figure out this cross-hatching situation here. So why does every segment is subdivided so violently? Almost have a pixel. That's crazy. Print. F. Segment points. Segment points. Segment points. Run again, and let's see what... I just want to see real quick. Let's go down super quick. These are tuples, aren't they? Comma, tuple, tuple. Yeah. Yes, they come in couples. What I don't need. I want to see the start. Print start. Print start, for example. Yeah. There, and try again. Let's see if by visualizing what's going on there. No, it is not what I was expecting, really. Print start. Print start and end. Like so. Okay. Those are just the indexes on there, yeah. Do I have something to drink? Alright, so that is not giving me the... So these are my indexes, because if I do like that... What does this do? Uh-huh. Maybe this is not the perfect solution, but might be the solution. Did I close the script? Yes, I did, because I'm a genius. Cross-hatching over here, opening terminal. Python. Cross-hatching zigzag images. Old samurai PNG. Just leave it as it is. No. Stop. Layers only one. That should have given an error, but it didn't, which is concerning. Let me go old samurai. It didn't. That's interesting. I close that. Divided 10? Ah, no, well, I'm not doing anything, just printing stuff, so that should not give me any error. No, that's just divided by 10. How can I? And plus... Okay, I think we're getting there. Hang on a second. I think that's the index. If I go like this. All right, so these are all the subdivisions. And the picks are created here. Pad size. Okay. we are getting to the nitty-gritty. So this is 0.3. What if we change that to 3? Actually, let's do just one. Save. Run again. This is like a matrix type of situation. Hang on a second. I'm printing too much shit that I don't need to see. Hang on, close that. Try again. Okay. So, okay, pictures are exactly the same, but is this one changed in terms of how many points I get on every line? It hasn't. PX. And okay, that took a lot of time. How come is that? Picture looks just fine. Let me check the SVG. I'll keep doing that. Check the SVG. No. On 00003. Zigzag. With point density. So this one should be. So if the point density instead of. Hang on a second. Press the wrong button again. Oof. Yeah. I think I got it. So 2, let's do 0.1. Which creates this problem. At least. Yeah, that is the problem. Layer number 1, 2, 3. That should be the fourth one that we're doing. I think I'm running out of pen. Check. Yeah, I am running out. I'll replace it anyway. Ctrl Z. Okay. Budget. Yeah, spotted that one, and you can tell that it's got a little bit of a scar right in the middle, but that should be alright because that's gonna go away when the next layers will go through. Why that one not work? Yeah, this one is kind of dying. It's got some a little bit of ink left, you see here, but the actual tip is mushed. This is so beautiful, but it takes so much time. And it absolutely destroys pens. Alright, I'm gonna stop the YouTube live stream in a minute, but I'll keep going on Twitch and Kick. It's giving me some problems. YouTube is giving me some what call it, bitrate issues. So yeah, thanks YouTube for being around. I will keep going on Twitch and Kick. If you want to just jump there, that's fine. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you on the next one on YouTube. I'll keep up on Kick and Twitch at Harkish.